Part 3, hips and legs. Ready, set, go. So, lying on the side, that means gravity is trying to press my lumbar spine into the floor. The position I'm in is actually identical to the quadruped position I did in the first video. I'm exhaling all the air, relaxing tension, maintaining shape, then inhaling into pressure to stabilize. Leg comes up just above the knee of the bottom leg into flexion, full flexion without moving my spine. Coming out around into abduction, internally rotating, extending fully at the hip, not the spine. Adducting back to center and neutral. So, I will admit, this is quite challenging to do. You really feel or get a sense of how heavy your legs are when you're not moving your spine at all. So just be patient with the process of learning. So you can see, as I exhale, I'm able to release tension that was preventing me from extending fully. And this also, in a sense, makes your leg feel lighter. So we're really emphasizing the relaxation part of the exhale. Here we go again. Up into flexion, abducting, internally rotating, extending fully, whatever you've got. Your quad will let you know clearly where the end range is, and then back to neutral. And then reversing, full extension, abduction, external rotation, flexion, and neutral. So we really take our time with this. No rush, no goal, just feeling what our joints are capable of and working harmoniously with them while maintaining a stable spine throughout. Full exhale, relaxing, stable shape, flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension. Now you can really see I'm not extending my spine, although that's what we commonly do when we extend our legs, even in walking, because we lack the extension in our hips. So this is helping us refamiliarize with the movement at the joint, not using our spine. Extension, abduction, external rotation, full flexion, not compromising, back to neutral. You might feel clicking or popping in the hip socket as you go through this range of motion. That's okay. Mine certainly do it, especially in the ankles and wrists. I'm creaky. But yeah, if you're stable and you're not pushing past where your joint is capable of, then it should not be painful. It's a stretch that limits us, like in my quad here going to extension, or my glute hamstring going into flexion, not a restriction. So here's a more parallel view so you can really see the line of my spine. Nice and straight. In most of the training that we do, we're trying to maintain this straight line. When looking at my body from a lateral view, the curve that I'm emphasizing is length. We're also mostly always trying to maintain that length. So these are the two shapes that designate alignment in this practice. So once more, exhaling fully, relaxing tension, maintaining shape, so that I may inhale into an empty canister, pressurize, and create stability. Flexion, abduction, internal rotation, extension. Then adduction down, back to center. My focus here is to not change the shape of my spine once I am stable. The joint will move as far as it can on its own without bringing my spine with me. So I'm going to do it one more time and show some compensations to look out for. So allowing my spine to dip to the floor. Nope. You'll feel that especially when you are abducting. Allowing my spine to extend with the hip at an extension. Nope. Very easy to do though, because like I said, we're used to doing this all throughout the day. And it's fine to be able to move our spine in everyday life, but training our joints to move independently allows us greater freedom outside of this training. So here we're going to do the knee. Sitting on a block just to give myself a little more space so I'm not in such a deep sitting position. So here is how we stabilize our femur so we don't rotate it as we rotate our tibia. Externally, internally, externally, internally. Just the tibia, nothing else. So up into extension as far as I can go without trying to tear my hamstring off. Rotating internally and doing the same. Back and forth. Steady and smooth. Nice, calm, relaxed breathing throughout. Chilling. Just feeling what my joints want to do. Ankle. Now I'm not rotating my tibia. Only the ankle. Doing nice, smooth circles. Trying my best to not curl or reach out with my toes. This is just an ankle movement. The toes will want to come along though, so trying to keep them nice and relaxed in a neutral position. So forearm goes under knee, hand grasps, bicep on opposite arm, hand on knee. This is like a rear naked choke for your leg. Doesn't allow it to move. So slow and smooth. Hitting both sides. You'll feel the difference in the stretch through your foreleg as you rotate into the different positions. And you can kind of play in between the two extremes and stretch throughout the entire leg and really feel the lines of tension in the different tissues. So ankle also, you'll feel a nice stretch on the opening side as you go around throughout your whole foreleg. And like I mentioned before, ankles might be clicky, cracky. That's alright. So here we're going to do toes. Toes are tricky. We have a lot of missing brain connection with our little digits down there. They're always in shoes. They're never really moving much. But now we're trying to articulate them individually. Big toe extending, not bringing my little toes with it. Now, little toes extending, not bringing big toe with it. Also not jamming big toe into floor to keep it still. It's relaxed, but unmoving. So now here you can see my little toes are moving. They're up off the floor as my big toe goes up and down, but they're not staying totally still. Same thing here. I should be keeping my big toes totally still and just moving my little toes up and down. So try and do better than I do. And here, piano key, one toe at a time, as best I can. Nice and gentle, not crimping, not curling. Good luck.